I think we can all agree that you could never have too many upgrades. And currently we only have one little upgrade. It's a mining brown things. But that's just the beginning of our little adventure. Because we've mined a total of 172, we can start the next process, the upgrade furnace. And it's producing ice cream bars. Ice cream bars by weapon production. Weapon production means profit. And as things mine, they level up, which gives us further production. We've already made $33. Then of course, because we're producing weapons, which gives us money, we can roll that back into our initial base resources to upgrade those. Now we'll produce those faster than ever, which gives us more orange bars faster than ever, which gives us more ice cream bars faster than ever, which gives us more weapons.
I'm getting a stomachache.
We're already making 7 coins per tick. So we'll give this guy an upgrade to level 10. These guys are already at level 10 with the exception of this one. Everyone's level 10. And we're quickly stockpiling resources, so let's see if we can get everything up to level 13 then. Every level up gets us 1 extra income per tick. I decided it would be wise to save up 1,000 resources, that way we can actually upgrade our things to get second furnaces. They do start at level 0, but we're going to increase our production big time by having these. And I also need to make these hit level 25 because they're going to start getting better smelting. Now that I have a second furnace, I can get away with that. And to get the third furnaces is going to be a few minutes. They take 25,000 each. But with our exponential growth, it might not actually be that bad. Then I'm going to bring my secondary furnaces all the way up to level 10 just because that's pretty cheap to do and will give us lots of income. Then it's just a matter of waiting till we have the resources to get these guys to 25. It feels like it's been about 5 minutes and we're already making 30 something gold per tick. I have a feeling that's going to be more like 3 billion within a few hours. And I just realized this mining growth thing over here actually refers to both of my mine levels. So if they're between them, both level 25, that'll be 50, which is needed for the upgrade. I don't know what the upgrade is, but let's upgrade this basic mine for now. There's 25, there's 25, there's 25. That's definitely pushed our income levels very high, so I'm going to go ahead and buy as many of these as I can on our secondary furnaces, and that's going to push our income ever higher. And eventually we're going to be able to mine iron ore and smelt iron ingots and make better weapons, and I'm very excited for that moment. There's 24 on the secondaries. Look at the experience bars, they're basically there. So we'll go 25, 25, 25. I expected something a little more dramatic to happen.
Connection terminated.
But it did help our income. We're getting more like 100 of every resource per tick. Okay, I'm starting to see how it works now. You need to get these to level 50. Cumulatively, if they hit level 50, you get this bonus. If you get an individual one to level 50, you get the other stuff. So it's a game of click and wait. Couple levels, then we wait. And it's not actually going to take us that long now to get the 25,000 we need for the third mines. And I didn't realize I could actually be buying these things over here, increase the amount of ore mined by 2 times. So these are actually really big bonuses that I wish I found earlier, because it's not going to be hard for me to afford these things because I'm making pretty much this much stuff instantly. And our income just started going up stupidly quick because some things are getting double bought. So I'm just going to keep saving up. Money is clearly what we need, the gold coins. But once I have 4,100, I'm going to buy these, increase profits from weapon sales by 2 times. That doubles our money output. And same with the ingots. We're going to get double for both of those, but let's take money for now because money's going to help us buy more upgrades. This one by itself increases weapon selling speed by 5%. 5% by itself doesn't sound like much, but when I sell something every second, that's going to add up to billions over a short amount of time. The last one is smelting for the ingots, and look what our resources have done while I was spending a bit of gold. That one's enough to get our third furnace. We're pretty soon at enough to have one for ingots. The furnaces after that cost $5 million, so we're definitely getting some progress. But while we're waiting for everything to catch up, we're definitely going to bring these up probably to level 25 before we run out of money. And that's going to be a lot of extra income again. Yeah, look at our money go now. I thought it was cool when we hit 100 per second. Now it's closer to 1,000 per second, especially once we buy a third mine and start upgrading it. We could probably click pretty much this quickly and we're still going to make more money than we're spending. Okay, now that everything's level 25 nice and evenly, I'm going to try and upgrade the original things to get to level 50 because that's when we get new stuff. And new stuff is very important when you're staring at the same 3 things for a long time. It's only been a few minutes, but I feel like I've already spent long years staring at blue bars, slowly filling up and then starting again. But if I start to feel restless, I can do something crazy like bring the other ones up to level 30 or close to it. Every upgrade's getting pretty expensive, but every upgrade's going to help us make that much more money. The costs are now into the about 10,000 per upgrade, over 10,000 now. So once I hit the goals over here, I think these are what turns into the upgrades on this page. So I need to get, my mines in total to level 100, etc. I couldn't help but notice things have slowed down a little bit. I've mostly been sitting here staring at the screen for a few minutes and I can only buy a few upgrades. So the only solution is going to be buying more upgrades. We're up to level 45 on pretty much all of the originals, but I think it would be wise to also upgrade these guys as well. because the closer they're going to get, the more it's going to help, and they scale it the same. If I buy one of these, it's an extra 1. If I buy one of these, it's an extra 1, so I might as well buy the cheapies for now. Plus, I just don't feel alive unless I'm actively clicking on something. I kind of wish there was something somewhere that actually showed your income per second, but you can see it's getting pretty big.
That's what she said.
It's got to be pretty close to 1,000 coins per second right now. But we are getting pretty close to level 50. These guys are all up to 46 at least. Time to see if all this waiting has been worth it. Level 50, level 50, level 50. That actually put the income levels way up. They were at 300 and something before, now they're 816. So we're gonna make a stupid amount of money stupidly fast. And we're gonna need it because I need to go another 10 levels each on all of these, so I need to get everything to level 50 to get these upgrades. So I guess we'll just keep clicking until something new happens. I've got the secondary furnaces up to level 45, but I unlocked new upgrades. Increase ingot smelting 5%. Increase mining ore 5%. This is the big one I want. Increases profit from weapon sales by 2 times. That's basically going to make this number go twice as quickly, and it's already moving pretty quick. So we hit that, and yep, we're making 5,000, 4,000 per second, which is good because we're going to need that money to buy the rest of the upgrades, which basically increases weapon selling speed by another 5% and then increases the smelting by double. I like to wait for 30 seconds and I have $270,000. So there's 5% speed, double the output, which means getting the secondary furnaces to level 50 probably not going to be as hard as it was a minute ago. I got these ones up to 48 almost instantly. These ones are 46 because we're spending that money, but we've got big resource income. All right, it's time to look at some new upgrades. So these are both up to level, almost level 50. It's going to take just a second to get that extra 10,000 resources, but it's that quick now. So that should have unlocked something new here. Reduces the cost of furnace by 5%. And again, that's one that doesn't seem huge, but 5% for every stupid upgrade we're going to buy, that's going to add up to big numbers. And these only cost 8,300 each for the 5% reduction. We have 370, soon to be 380,000 coins, so that's easy. Speaking of which, we'd better get our original thing all the way up to level 50 on both accounts. We need another 35,000 here, but by the time I'm done saying this, we're pretty much going to be there. I just love upgrades so much. And we're going to reduce the cost of the mines by 5%. I think my favorite part about these really expensive upgrades now is this will increase the income from 1.6 thousand to 1.6 thousand. But the next one will bring it up to 1.7 thousand, so they are making a bit of a difference. You just gotta buy a lot of them. Okay, not only did I realize I can actually watch ads to increase my speed for a little bit, I can physically change the resources that I'm mining if I want to. So I think I'm gonna do that because that's actually gonna unlock a lot of new upgrades I didn't have access to before. Like I've already got a new one, increase weapon selling speed by another 5%. That's overall weapons, that's gonna be huge. So I definitely need to work my way across and get a little bit of everything going. Because yeah, now look at it go. Look at all these new things we're going to have, which means more stuff here. Increase smelting speed by another 5%, increase mining speed by 5%. Plus we've already made ourselves a millionaire in basically all the resources. There's another increase weapon selling speed by 5% and increase weapon selling speed by 5% and increase ore mining speed by 5% and increase weapon selling speed by 5%. That one costed 400 grand, so that wasn't cheap, but it's kind of fun doing it this way. I've got so much money now that as soon as these become available, I can buy them. There's another weapon selling speed by 5%, so these guys are going to get faster and faster. Then when I run out of materials, I can actually swap over to the next one, which is going to be aluminum, and we can make aluminum ingots. And I can actually go to the better version of weapons, which increase their income by a considerable amount really. And that helped us get us to things like increase weapon selling speed by 5%. That does cost 7 million, so we're going to wait a little bit on that one. But here's weapon selling speed for 270,000. Increase smelting speed by 5%, increase ingot smelting by 5%, and increase ore mining speed by 5%. But our income levels are climbing. We're up to probably about $10,000 per second. It looks like to push further, we're going to have to get everything over at level 100. So we need to smelt aluminum at level 100 or better. So that means I've got to start spending some of my money to get my furnaces up to level 100 if I can. 75 would even be a pretty good start. Well, things seem to have slowed down to the point where there's only one obvious choice. Basically just gonna upgrade everything as much as I can, then let it run all night and hopefully nothing lights on fire too badly. So I guess we'll find out what 12 hours of progress looks like. It's actually been about 12 hours and we have about 4.5 million of everything. I did expect to have a lot more of things considering we can only buy a few upgrades of some things. Like we can really only buy 2 upgrades, and it's been 12 hours. I mean, we can upgrade the other furnaces if we want to. So for now, I guess we'll just go ahead and do that as evenly as we can, and then we'll see where that's going to leave us off. Right about here. We're still making money pretty quickly, but considering we need millions and millions and millions to get anywhere, it's still going to be a little bit. It's been another several hours, and we've only really saved up another few million. We can get an entire nether mine if we want, which probably is what we should do because it's not going to be hard to level them up at least a little bit to get them going into some kind of productivity, considering the first upgrade is 9 gold and I have 1.1 million. So I'm going to start buying in the 10s just so we can get to where we're going a little bit quicker, and I'm just going to go all in on these for a second, and they're already at level 40 and 50, and that pushed my production way up. The next ones are going to cost 100 million, so it's going to take a moment to get there. But these over here are starting to move a little bit, so I might be able to work with those to get the upgrades we need. These are expensive, but we can make this kind of money fairly quickly. And I'm not sure what kind of upgrades these are going to do, but there's got to be something that's going to help, and I only need 12 levels for that one. That shouldn't be that hard to do. So I think after purchasing these two, we probably get a new upgrade. Unless I misread this, I thought it said 98 out of 100 on all of these. So we don't actually get new upgrades, but we do get cumulatively to level 100. But since we're at kind of a slow point, I can actually prestige, and I would get 220 prestige points, which would increase my income by 220%, which is obviously a lot. And because I'm tired of just sitting here waiting for hours and hours and hours, let's do this. We're going to start fresh, but we're going to get so much more money. So that means as soon as I spend my first $10 on the mine, we're making considerably more than we were before. 223% more to be exact. So now it's just a buying frenzy. I've been playing for all of 10 seconds, but my income is already up to 16. Oh, plus we can give ourselves a little boost. There we go. The income is tripled, so we're already making like 60 gold per tick, and that's going to go up even quicker now. So this is much quicker than it was last time. We're making, I believe, 6.5 times as much money as we were the first time, which means we can also buy some of the upgrades. They're still a little bit expensive, but the ones that are $500 are certainly doable. I think we'd best put the upgrades on to level 10 for now, but we're also going to buy new mines for everyone because we can get those to level 10. And already our income is going up incredibly quick. I had to put the levels back down to number 1 because we quickly caught up with our income again. But there's level 32, there's level 32, there's level 33. This is the part that feels very satisfying because we're basically making money faster than we can spend it. It just keeps coming in, we keep having green things to click on, which makes our income go up even quicker. And I'm still waiting on a lot of 75 plus level items, but we'll get there quicker because look at all that extra income. Since we have $15,000 and we're making $1,000 per second, we might as well buy some more of these, whatever we can afford. Then by the time I'm done all of that, we could buy more of these, but I'm also going to buy more furnaces of every kind. Even then, by the time I'm done purchasing all these, we're already ready to go for the next round, so we're just going to keep clicking and clicking and clicking, and this feels good. Already we're back up to 100,000 of everything. Before, it took quite a while to get here, and it took a long time before we got into the millions, but we're not far away from millions at this point. It's basically to sit here and wait for things to turn green, which doesn't take long at all. We just keep clicking on whatever is green first, like whack-a-mole. Whack-a-ore. Already we're hitting level 50 on a lot of these, and our income is obviously considerably higher again. Yeah, just like that, I have 9 separate things, all level 50, and our income is going up by tens of thousands per second. And we can double our production again, so we can increase the amount of ore mined by 2. This one is for iron ingots, so I don't really care. We can reduce the cost of things by 5%. That only costs $136,000, which is just that easy. Not only did we do all of that, but we can also increase the profits of weapon sales by 2 times. So these are at 5.9 thousand. If we do that, 12,000. So we're making money twice as quick now, which means we can go back to upgrading everything we want because we're already back into the millions, and that happened almost instantly. It seemed instant. I just really like the way we mine the millions of things so very quickly now. And if we want a prestige, we can already do another 57% extra income. I stepped away for a quick minute, and look at that, we've got enough for more mines. And then because our income is so high, I can buy 50 levels instantly, 60 levels even for things that don't require gold. And that's actually higher than everything else's level anyways, so we accidentally pushed this 4th mine higher than the others. But we're making like 300,000 gold per second. Maybe not quite that much, but you get the idea. It's very high. After waiting just a few minutes, I've saved up over 10 million of everything, and that really didn't take long. And I can also buy things like growth, which will reduce the cost of things by 5%, which is actually quite a lot. Then I can just go back to simply buying again and making ever more money. I am already back to the point where upgrades are simply costing over $1 million. But if I prestige right now, I'll get 314 extra percent. That's huge. And look at how quickly it's still going up. Well, as much fun as it is making income this quickly, back up to millions, I think it's time to prestige again because we're going to get 370% extra bonus. Why wouldn't we do that? So we've gone ahead and started again. So one level is going to get me 7. We're making 7 times as much as where we started. So I feel like things are going to escalate again very quickly. We'll be able to just buy everything we want pretty much instantly. Things are going to be green for quite a while. I mean, I can already afford the next mines. I'm just going to put things in multiples of 10 for a little bit because I can probably get away with that. I'm not even sure what I just bought, but I'm already making thousands of dollars per second, and that's only going to go up in a big hurry. It's been like 2 minutes, literally, and I'm already making like $100,000 a second. So this one's going to get big quick. And I didn't even realize everything's back to about level 50 again already. That took no time at all. So we're already at the point where I can spend 5 million on everything to buy a whole bunch more everything. You get the idea, and already we can boost those up to level 50 without breaking a sweat. And even level 60. Because look at how quickly that money's going up. Each one of these is 100,000. There's another 100,000. There's another 100 and another 100. But to reduce costs by another 5%, they're going to cost $37 million each. Little expensive. Starting to get back to the point where things are getting pretty expensive. To buy 10 levels of this is 12 million. To buy 10 levels of this is 14 million. So an individual upgrade after that is going to cost $2 million. Luckily, I'm filthy rich, so we're up to 71 here. But we're also about to hit another 10 levels for these guys, which puts us to 74. We're 1 away from the elusive 75. It's going to cost us $6 million to get there. But we have a few getting pretty close to 75 at this point. 74, 74, 74. And in fact, we make money at such a ridiculous speed that there's level 75 in the copper, which means now we can start to do level 75 plus challenges, obviously. But look at the difference. When things hit level 75, they double their income. So you're getting doubled and you're getting doubled. So if I can get all of these to level 75, suddenly our income goes bananas. We can already upgrade this one again. All right, we're ready to go with the second copper mine. That's now level 75. That's income has doubled. Same with this first furnace. Its income doubled, and the weapon creator doubled. Well, now that we're up to many hundreds of thousands per second, I think that's a good time to let it rest and sit for a few weeks, and then we'll see what happens to it.